bit better putting Jimmy G back in there. Not saying Trey Lance could never be Jimmy G.
Ah,
That's a development year, I think, for him.
it's hard. So Jimmy G is a game manager that likes to throw some questionable throws.
Yeah,
So I've
I'll give you
watched
that.
I've watched him play a lot. I've watched every 49er game since I was in my teens, actually. And when I watch Jimmy G, he's at his best when he hands the ball off and he lets the running backs do their thing. And I think one of my concerns with Jimmy G, you have all these weapons. Shanahan's going to need some extra dry erase markers with all the plays he's going to just keep drawing up at home. Just being like, jet sweep left.
Yeah, absolutely.
McCaffrey go this way. Juice do this. So he's going to have all these ideas. And unfortunately, I can see Jimmy G missing the player by 4 yards. So is Andrew Luck still available? Can we get another Stanford Cardinal on the 49ers? That would be my one thought. And then that could be DP just giving him a call and trying to get him out of retirement. But I'm very happy that Jimmy G was there. He's a great backup quarterback. Offensively, you can't double anyone on the 49ers if their line is healthy. And now they're bringing back Trent Williams, and now their right tackle, who was out for the Falcons game, he's back. So if their players can stay healthy, this offense is going to be a lot of fun to watch. But look, it's to have 2,000-yard receivers with 5+ rushing touchdowns. So McCaffrey and Debo on the same team, that's a lot of talent. And so to have that, if you have, I know you said Trey's developing. If Trey was there, maybe you would hit up Tom Osborne and you would do a triple option offense, because there's no way you could stop that team.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I mean with Trey Lance. You surprised me a little bit. I thought you'd be more. Maybe you've watched Jimmy G long enough to where some of those headache throws have gotten to you. But at the same time, Trey Lance, he really didn't have a ton of real game reps, even coming out of college. He was, I mean, those are really his first reps in a long time at that position in terms of him running a team. And it's an NFL team that he's kind of first year in. It's a lot for that guy to take on. Like I said, he didn't really play that much. He was on the sideline forever, and his college career got cut short as well. So that's why I was like, even if Jimmy G has those head-scratching throws, it's going to be an upgrade. Unless Trey Lance is one of those phenomenal quarterbacks that just puts it together in 1 year, which is really rare to see.
I mean, it has happened, obviously. And what I was hoping was Trey Lance was the QB, and the Niners would go 5-5 or 4-4 with 7 teams being able to make the playoffs. If he was able to get all those reps during the season, I thought this was the year. But hey, injuries happen. It's really hard to lose your starting quarterback. And to bring in McCaffrey, it just means that the 49ers really believe that this is their year. They believe that the NFC is wide open. And so I know a lot of people don't believe that. A lot of people have anointed a certain team as the team to beat. Harrison, let me put you on the spot. Who's the team to beat in the NFC?
In the NFC right now, it's weird to say, but you're probably still looking. I never thought I'd say this year, but I mean, Eagles or Cowboys. I mean, that's kind of what the Rams don't look good this year. They haven't really been able to put it together. It's all those pieces they lost are hurting them a lot more than they realized. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers haven't impressed me yet at all so far. NFC North is just, it's limping. Vikings are 5-1, but I don't know if anyone out there really believes in the Vikings. I mean, they barely scraped away against the Bears, which I thought was a really bad team, who's still a bad team in my opinion. I mean, you're really looking at the Eagles, the Cowboys, maybe the Giants if you're feeling frisky. If you think that, Danny Dimes can somehow get it done with that running back room with Saquon, the NFC looks more open than it has in the past. So I don't think it's a stretch to say 49ers have a real shot. Although they're not my favorite, I'd probably stick with somewhere along the Eagles or Cowboys. 49ers aren't far behind.
Well, knowing that this week for the wrestling show, it was supposed to be DP giving his greatest moments of all time in wrestling, but DP obviously being sick. this week's show is going to be the greatest wrestling factions of all time when we come back from break. So knowing that we're going to talk about the greatest wrestling factions of all time, I have a counter to what you said. I believe the 49ers are like the NWO, brother. I really believe they're like the NWO. So let me tell you something. First things first, Harrison. Now all you 93.7 ticketites know that the Philadelphia Eagles and the NFC East are a bunch of jabronis. Everywhere I go and everyone I talk to, all I hear is about how great the Philadelphia Eagles are, and it makes me sick to my stomach, brother, since they can't carry my belt. Now listen, they're going to be the number 1 seed in the playoffs, brother, but they don't want any part of me and my crew from Santa Clara. And you know something, brother, losing to billionaire Ted, his hometown team, the Atlanta Falcons, that was a kick to the gut. But just on the defensive side alone, the San Francisco 49ers were without the outsiders, Bosa and Ebukam, Hot Rod Armstead, the giant Kinlaw. They were all out. Vincent's cousin, Alzire, Big Papa Pump, and Scott Norton. Ward and Verrett were also out. And look, Harrison, even Bischoff's club guy, Ward, the Stinger, Mosley, and Mr. Perfect himself, Hufanga, were all injured.
Dude, you kill that. The voice acting was spot on, but the points you brought up were as well. That was a beat up team for a while there. But yeah, if they can get healthy and keep that energy that you just brought, the sky's the limit for that team. They still got a real shot to get things done this season.
Let's get something straight, all you Hossamaniacs. The Yak Boys and those Punishers on defense from San Francisco will ultimately eat their vitamins and come back healthy. And the Eagles and any other overhyped team from the NFC East is going to have more than 19 problems, because when they face the Niners in the playoffs, they're going to get destroyed. Now, Harrison, look into my eyes, brother. Look into my eyes. The Niners will destroy everyone, and the league is going to be shaking in the boots knowing that the Niners just traded for Christian McCaffrey, brother. And one last thing, Harrison. One last thing. What you gonna do when Kittle, Ayuk, Jennings, Juszczyk, Jimmy G, McCaffrey, and Debo run wild over you?
I hope it happens today.